Well, welcome, high school hockey community. We are live here in Amherst, New York at the Blue Bull Tavern for tonight's big show. Thanks for joining us. Let's get to our sponsors right away. Dan Chiara, injury attorney, G&G Fitness, Logistics Plus of Buffalo, Damon University, Binghamton University, Quantum Conditioning and Wellness, and of course our host tonight, Blue Bull Tavern. We are live here tonight, 1300 Sweet Home Road in Amherst. Big shout out to Nikki who set us up. Friends, I know you're wondering, where's Frank, where's Joe? I'm wondering the same thing. Fourth week on the job, and they're putting me a lone solo mission here. But guess what? This is going to be our best show yet. I've hooked us up with significant talent from the Western New York Federation, players and coaches tonight, highlighting our big game on Thursday night, the Williamsville North Spartans versus Clarence Red Devils. Going to be a barn burner. But before we get to that, we do need to talk about the ladies. Now, ladies, don't get upset with me. Reached out to several coaches. They have my phone number. If you want to be on the show, we want to have you. I should mention, too, very excited. Again, we want to thank our host, Blue Bull, tonight. Certainly thank our guests that are going to join us. But the whole month of February, the Western New York High School Hockey Show has been picked up by Wingnuts. We're going to be at their new location out by the airport. Really excited about that. However, they've hooked up producer Tim Gardner and I here at Blue Bull. Double order of wings. Tim needs to figure out how we're going to get those wings. And then we're going to make a comparison, Tim. We're going to go Wingnuts versus Blue Bull. I will tell you, I do like Blue Bull. Part of the reason why I like it so close to my house, it's close to Tim's house as well. We'll let you know about those wings next week. But certainly want to thank Nikki and her staff for having us here tonight. It is our first live show on location. You might recall what a difference a week makes. Frank, Joe, and I were on Zoom last week because of the weather. If you haven't checked out that show, it's a great show. I think we're approaching 200 viewers. We're going to get more tonight. The show is growing, just like Western New York high school hockey. So, first segment, we always talk about the ladies. Reached out to several coaches today, and one of the issues we have is that the ladies play on Tuesday night. So, the first guy I talked to, Rick Hopkins, they got a big game playing right now against Kenmore. Rick shared that he's got a really young team, but he's excited about the upcoming playoffs. And this is what Rick shared, friends at home. Listen to this. Any of the top teams could take it this year. Rick's certainly excited about his team. And big game against Kenmore tonight, as he mentioned. Top player for Williamsville girls this year. Someone to keep an eye on. Allison Bisenkon. She's a junior. Doing a great job for Coach Hopkins' team. You know Coach Hopkins, he's been there from the start. He's a great coach. We wish him and his Williamsville team all the best. Now, ladies, we don't stop there. I reached out to Nikki Adamy, head coach at Cash. Also playing this evening. Again, Tuesday night, a big night for the ladies. 8 p.m. game against Depew. She shared about Jenny Wild on her team. She said she's one of the best in the league. Mentioned to me, if they had a draft, she would be one of the first to go. Jenny's doing a great job this year. Also thrilled with her incoming 8th graders. She said have been a big contribution to the team. Cece Bezub, Cece from Amherst, an 8th grader, contributing to Coach Adamy's team. 4-4-2-1. Nikki, I'm going to hold you to our promise. We talked about an hour ago. She was on her way to the Depew rink Nikki promised to be in a future show. We'll see Nikki at Wingnuts in the future. Here's the thing about Cash that I was pretty impressed with that Nikki shared with me. They only got 12 ladies on the team this year, and sometimes they've run out of gas. They continue to get better and better. As I mentioned, they're playing Depew tonight, and last time they played, they were a 2-2 tie. Okay? So we wish the Cash team, kind of near and dear to my heart. If you know anything about Coach Crow, his real job is he's a principal in the Amherst district. Of course, Cash has Amherst players as part of their combo with Clarence. Talking about Clarence, with Clarence coming up third segment tonight, and Sweet Home. We wish them all the best. What did Coach Adamy share? She said the Kenmore and the Flop teams are the teams to beat. Let's take a look at our latest standings here for our ladies. Kenmore, Grand Island, Lockport. You're coming in at first place right now. 9-2-1 record. Good for you, ladies. That's good for 28.5 points. Frontier, Lakeshore, OP, Franklinville, Flop, as they like to call them. Although I think Franklinville's been just added recently. I got a connection with their coach. I'll get him on the team, on the podcast as well here. 25 points, a record of 7-2-3. Coming in third, a little surprised at this. I would have been thinking that St. Mary's of Lancaster would have had a stronger record. Again, they broke away. Those ladies broke away from the Monsignor Martin. Went on their own here the last couple years, 6-5-2. Hamburg, Eden, West Seneca, 6-2-3. Lancaster, Iroquois, and Depew, 7-2 record. And then, as I mentioned, the before-mentioned Cash, 4-4-2-1. Although Coach Adamy thrilled with their record as they continued to improve. Mentioned some players. Coach Hopkins mentioned Allison Benson, the junior. Benson Kahn, the junior. Again, Jenny Wild, the player to watch. Leading scorer, though, right now in the Western New York Federation Girls League, Maya Griffin. Friends, can she play? 17 goals. 17 goals, 18 assists in 12 games, 35 points. Maya, if you're watching, we'd love to have you on the show. Reach out to your coach. We'll get you here. So, what do we got coming up in terms of girls? This Thursday, we've got Stu Boyer and our very own Frank Wolf on the call. Big game coming up this Thursday. Cash versus Williamsville at 4:30. We'll be live on the Western New York Athletics Network. Looking forward to that game, a big game. Again, Cash versus Williamsville at 4:30, which precedes our big boys game that we're going to highlight tonight. Of course, that's Williamsville North and Cash. Again, the ladies' playoffs, by the way. Something exciting about the ladies, as you know. One of the things the ladies don't have, they don't have the split season. So they start their playoffs a lot earlier than the boys. Playoffs start February 11th. Again, turn into Western New York Athletics. We'll have all the playoff coverage. Looking forward to those playoffs, again, starting on February 11th. Okay, that's it for segment number 1. When we come back, are we excited about this? The man, the myth, the legend. You've heard about him. You've heard me talk about him. Caleb Akulowicz. He brought his goalie with him, Adam Pickering. We're excited to talk to them. Back with 2 Williamsville North seniors in just a few minutes. You're watching the Western New York Hockey Show live on YouTube and Western New York Athletics. Thanks for joining us tonight, live from Blue Bull.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
Education has power. Binghamton University students discover it, apply it, unleash it. Unleash your education today.
Just results.
Your life can change in an instant after an injury. You need a trusted partner at your side. Hi, I'm Dan Chacha. At Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys, we're here to help you navigate the challenges you'll face. Our dedicated team fights tirelessly for your rights, ensuring you get the compensation you deserve. Don't worry, Chacha's got you. Call Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys today for a free consultation. Your injury is our priority.
Call 648-3030. Just results.
Western New York Immediate Care. Since 2005, our hometown urgent care walk-in clinics have been committed to providing the highest quality urgent care for the Western New York community, with 4 convenient locations in Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, and Orchard Park. We are open every day, including holidays. Walk-ins welcome or reserve a time. We have on-site labs and x-rays, and you'll always see an in-person provider. Visit WNYImmediatecare.com.
All right, we're live back here at the Blue Bull Tavern. Was it 1300 Sweet Home? Come by if you want. We'll be here for a little bit after. You want to talk to Coach Crow? I'm not sure that I can keep these guys. Although no school tomorrow.
No school tomorrow.
No school. Lunar New Year. Happy New Year. If you celebrate it, we celebrate it. Western New York Athletics. Happy New Year to all of those that celebrate Lunar New Year. And I don't know about you guys. I'm also off work tomorrow. Okay, we're joined by 2 of the best here in the league, Caleb Akulowitz, Adam Pickering. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, Adam's a goaltender. Caleb, listen, if you don't know Caleb, if you haven't seen Caleb, you got to get out to the rink, okay? Caleb is a playmaker. Caleb, what do we got going for you so far? Look at this, man. I'm going to read it to you right now, okay? I'm going to read it to you right now. Here it is. Your stats. Are you ready for this? Pretty impressive. Okay?
I'm all ears here.
Do you know what they are?
I looked once or twice.
What do you got going so far this year? You tell me.
I got a lot more assists than goals.
You do. How many goals you got?
3 or 4 maybe.
3 or 4 goals. But I always say, like, people saying, what's going on with Caleb? And I say, listen, here's what you got to know about Caleb. He's a playmaker. Caleb, we got to tell the friends at home. We got to just come full disclosure here.
Yeah.
I had you when you were 5 years old.
Yep, long time ago.
And loved coaching you. Love watching the player that you have become.
Yes, very well.
And in fact, you know, I know your mom and dad, great people. We've had 2 or 3 North games this year, and you're doing what you've always done, and I love this about you. You're probably one of the most unselfish hockey players I've ever seen.
Thank you.
You're moving the puck. You're doing such a great job being a leader on the team. Tell me a little bit about how this year is going, and, you know, what's it like being a senior on the Williamsville North Spartans?
Yeah, so this year has been going really well, I think. Last year we had a really good shot at winning the section. Obviously we fell short to Orchard Park. So I was really questioning a little bit how we would be doing this year. But I thought so far, played 10, 11, 12 games. We've won most of them. I think we're really finding our footing as a team. As individually, as a player, you know, I may not have the most goals. Last year I think I had maybe the most on the team. But at the end of the day, if I'm helping out the team, we score a goal when I'm on the ice, that's all that matters.
Yeah, Caleb, I got to just tell you, I just love the way you compete out there. And you know, all joking aside, had you since you were 5 years old, and this is how you've always played hockey. And it's such a treat to watch. Friends, if you haven't been out, you're going to want to come out and watch this team. I would say, like, in terms of, like, the Williamsville North teams that we're used to, one of the things that I am really excited about is your team speed this year. What I've always been used to is there's really been sometimes more focus on physicality. I feel like you're relying a lot more maybe on some of the talents that you bring, and your game is shifted a little bit, not as physical, but, you know, the skating, the moving of the puck, getting pucks to the net, that seems to be your bread and butter this year.
Yeah, so really Bob and Jake emphasize a lot in practice, you know, the skills, individual skills, and they kind of want to translate that into the game as a team. For example, in practice today, we're doing some neutral zone, you know, breakouts, and really emphasize the D moving the puck off the ice, because the quicker you can get on offense, the more likely you're going to score goals and help prevent the puck from going in our net over here with Pixie.
Oh, Pixie, I like that. Listen, we love. Oh, we got Okie. Listen, we love nicknames in hockey,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
all the time.
it's so great. Okay, Adam Pickering, 1.97 goals against average, senior, Williamsville North. Been on the team for 2 years. Adam, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
How's the year going? How you feeling about things?
It's been a lot of fun. You know, the team's been great. Just like on the ice and definitely off the ice too. Got a lot closer with the boys, so it's been a lot of fun this year.
You guys got away to Lake Placid. Tell me a little bit about that trip. You got to visit where Miracle on Ice went. It seems like that might be an annual trip for you guys. Did you go there last year, Okie? Or?
This is actually our third year doing it.
Yeah.
So I've been on the team all 4 years, so we started doing it my sophomore year. And every year it's been a little different, like the day we go up or what we do. Last year we got to practice on the Miracle on Ice rink, which was very cool, but this year we actually got to play on it. And it's just, you know, it's a great time going up with the team, spending time with each other, and really make a lot of memories, and it's just fun playing hockey with your boys.
Yeah, the history, right, of that rink, quite incredible. I mean, it's still, you hear the call by Al Michaels, you kind of get the chills, you know.
Yeah.
Do you believe in miracles? Question, I think I'll put Adam on the spot first of all. A little birdie told me, and I may be wrong, I'm not trying. By the way, we invited Coach Rosen to be here, okay? We would have taken either Rosen. By the way, Bobby, we'd love to have you. Jake, if you're watching live, let me tell you, coaches, or Bernsey, we'll take you. These boys are representing themselves very well, and certainly the Williamsville North Spartans. I mean, you got a legendary coach. I don't know if you know this, coached me. Right? I don't think he loves me telling everybody, but I'm going to. You're not here to defend yourself, Bobby. But Coach Rosen, Coach Bob Rosen, he coached me. And man, I learned so much from him. A lot of stuff I did as a coach at St. Joe's, I learned from Coach Rosen. But anyways, guys, give us a little secret, a little glimpse. Is there ever a situation, because it's unique. I love it, though. We're starting to see it a little bit more in the Fed, the son-father coaching relationship. Give the viewers at home, they love this sort of stuff. Bobby and Jake, are they always on the same page? How's that go? And you know, listen, I'm jealous. I got 2 sons myself, and I got the chance to coach my son. Won a state championship together. Shout out to Jake, my Jake. But what's it like having father-son on the bench? And tell me a little bit about that dynamic. I guess I'll put you on the spot, Adam. Okie, don't worry, you're not off the hook. I got something for you in a second, too. Adam, what do you got with Coach Rosen and Coach Rosen?
So to answer your earlier question, like, are they always on the same page? Almost never, really. But I'd almost say that's kind of like there's a positive in that, definitely a positive aspect, because you kind of get 2 very different perspectives. Like, I mean, father, son, different ages. You know, they played through different hockey times. Both very good at hockey when they played, but you know, I think they're kind of different perspectives. Kind of are unique to like each player. Like they can really like get into each player's head and kind of like see what's best for them, what way works best for them, and what way works best for the team. Really, so.
Let me tell you. And I'm not trying to brag here, I think overall, I got a winning record, okay? However, I'm going to tell you when we did not win, and that is when I coached against Jake Rosen as a player. He was phenomenal. Let me tell you about how good he was in the offensive zone. He had this way, and we're not talking about a guy with like huge size,
very small guy.
Tiny.
but he would
Very
sneak
small.
in. You know what I'm saying when I'm talking about the soft area?
Yeah.
Jake would sneak into the soft, and we know what he was doing. We'd say, like, listen, guys, they love to hit the late guy. They're gonna look for. Oh my God, he would. Credit to Jake Rosen if you're watching, and we know that Bobby taught him this. But man, was he elusive in the zone? He was a marauder killer. I was very happy. I may have sent a text. Congratulations on graduation, Jake, because I was done with trying to deal with him. I would also share with you guys, I completely agree. I learned a ton from Bobby, and I'm jealous, to be honest with you, because my son Jake also was coached by Jake, and he had such great things to say about him. You certainly have great coaching staff, and hats off to what they do. I certainly know firsthand what the dedication and commitment is incredible. Coach Rosen, Coach Bob Rosen, one of the original founders, started from the beginning. Quite impressive. Okay, you're here tonight. We're promoting the game. We're doing it 6:15, I think. 6:15 Thursday night. Again, tune in to Western New York Athletics. You got Clarence. What are you guys thinking? Why don't you give us all the secrets tonight, okay, so we can air this and give them some sort of advantage. No, I'm just joking. But what are your thoughts on the matchup? First of all, I'm thinking we're gonna have a capacity crowd. North Squall always shows up, right? I mean, they don't disappoint. I love it. Some tells me they'll be dressed in white or who knows, whatever the theme is. But what are you guys thinking about Thursday night? How you feeling? Don't be shy here.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a very exciting game. You know, it's a teddy bear toss. It's the 8th year we've been doing this, so people always love to come. The boys love to play. You know, throughout the week we sell teddy bears, raise money for crisis services. So that's always exciting. But in terms of the game, Clarence over there, they're a very good team, like they usually are. But I think we'll come out on top. I think we're the better team, and if we stick to our game and play the way we know how to play, I think we'll get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great game. I saw them, not their last game, it went the other way, but I saw them, they got down 3-0 against OP, come back, win 5-3. Great. I thought they were resilient, strong goaltending. I think it's going to be a great game again. Friends watching at home means you're a friend of West New York high school hockey. I would definitely tune in or come by North Towns. Let's talk a little bit about the teddy bear toss. Love stuff like this. Okie, Adam, I'm sure you guys are a part of it. So you're selling teddy bears all week.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if we need to explain to the North Faithful. They might need some, a little extra assistance. We don't throw the teddy bear on the ice until what? You tell them. I mean, I think
Whoever
it needs to come.
Whoever scores the first goal.
It's whoever scores the first goal?
No, it's when North scores the first goal.
Well, that's good.
What's the official rule here? I feel like we need to come clean.
Well, I'm saying when North scores the first goal because we're going to be the first team to score.
Okay, so Okie, I love that about Okie. Let me tell you, friends at home, kid's got some confidence, and he should. I mean, did you see how humble he was? He just slid it in there. I've been on the team all 4 years. You're not on a varsity team your freshman year unless you got some game. Coach Rosen, certainly I would assume, hasn't taken a ton of freshmen. But he knew what he was doing when he took you, Okie. Okay, so it is whoever scores the first
Correct.
goal. You've been selling teddy bears all week.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me again one more time, mention it. Where's the funds going? How have the sales been going?
The sales have been pretty good. So yesterday was Monday. A little slow with selling the bears.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't have cash on them. But today, did some counting at home, and I think we've almost tripled or quadrupled that amount. And I think we're going to make even more on Thursday.
So Thursday's the big game, right?
Correct.
You're selling them in school.
Mm-hmm.
And again, first team to score. That's kind of fun. I mean, I've seen this around.
it's-
you guys have done this a few years now?
Yeah, this is the 8th year. And
8th year. Wow, impressive.
it's obviously, a great cause, crisis services. They help with mental health, suicide prevention and awareness. They're based out of Buffalo, New York. So
Yeah.
we love doing it. For a good
Crisis
cause.
services. We know them well, and Western New York community is lucky to have them. And what a great cause, gentlemen. Thank you for giving back. We're giving back today, being here tonight on a Tuesday night, but giving back to the community means a lot. Adam, I know Coach Rosen, okay? Has he announced? Are you the guy we're going to see on Thursday night, or we're not sure?
Gotta find out game time.
Game time. That his move? I was like that as well. I mean, in Coach Rosen's defense, sometimes I always waited to the right time to announce the goalie. Well, we hope you get the call, Senior. We know Okie will definitely see you. Big game. Last chance. What are we thinking? Okay, I heard you earlier. You think the better team's going to come out on top here?
I think so.
Great rivalry game, crosstown rivalry. Clarence versus Williamsville North. Okie saying a W. Adam, I can't imagine you would suggest otherwise.
I think we're gonna come out on top. I think it'll be a good game though.
Should be great. Should be a great game. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if I'm going to make a prediction tonight. I am going to tell you, for whatever reason, I'm feeling overtime. And Okie, I would hope you would get some playing time in that overtime.
I hope I can deliver.
I know you're a gamer. Gentlemen, no school tomorrow. I know what that's like. You had lots of options tonight. I just want to thank you for coming out,
Of course.
representing your school. This is building. We're building it here. Very fortunate to get hired by Western New York Athletics, and this is what we want to do. It's our passion, right?
Yep.
And we want to bring attention to this sport. Got two of the best right here: Adam Pickering, Caleb Okulowicz, Williamsville North Spartans. Come watch them Thursday night, either through our link on Western New York Athletics, or come see us live on the North Downs. Coming back in a few minutes with our friends from Clarence. One more time, thank you, gentlemen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
your time tonight. You're watching the Western New York Hockey Podcast on Western New York Athletics, live from Blue Bull Tavern.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
Education has power. Binghamton University students discover it, apply it, unleash it. Unleash your education today.
Just results.
Your life can change in an instant after an injury. You need a trusted partner at your side. Hi, I'm Dan Chacha. At Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys, we're here to help you navigate the challenges you'll face. Our dedicated team fights tirelessly for your rights, ensuring you get the compensation you deserve. Don't worry, Chacha's got you. Call Dan Chacha Injury Attorneys today for a free consultation. Your injury is our priority.
Call 648-3030. Just results.
Western New York Immediate Care. Since 2005, our hometown urgent care walk-in clinics have been committed to providing the highest quality urgent care for the Western New York community, with 4 convenient locations in Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, and Orchard Park. We are open every day, including holidays. Walk-ins welcome or reserve a time. We have on-site labs and x-rays, and you'll always see an in-person provider. Visit WNYImmediatecare.com.
We're live back here at Blue Bull Tavern in Amherst, New York, joined by the stars. Can I say that? Look at these guys, humble. I love it. We need that. We need that more in life. Carson Oates, Jeremy DeRigo, and Evan Ferreter, stars of the Clarence Red Devils, highlighting our big game this Thursday night, 6:15, North Town Center, Amherst. Following our girls' game, Williamsville versus Cache starts at 4:30. Both games on Western New York Athletics. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Great to be here.
I think there's some pros in going second.
Yeah.
We heard
For
from
sure.
Okie and Adam Pickering. I think they call him, was it Pix? Is that what they said? Pixie. Wow. Am I saying that right? Pixie. Okay, Pixie, you and I are friends now. But I think there's some pros with going second. First of all, let's talk about these Clarence Red Devils. 8-3, 1-1. I got to talk because we had the game. We got to talk about the 5-3. OP's only Western New York. Well, they lost to McQuaid. I guess McQuaid's in Western New York. But I just loved everything about that game. And I feel like it's such a momentum builder. Talked a little bit about it last week, but Carson, we'll start with you. You're down 3-0. You're down 3-0 after the end of the first. You're getting outshot. I'll tell you where I was struggling a little bit with it. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. Hey, OP, you're more than welcome to come on the show, and I'd love to have this conversation with you. But what I didn't like, and listen, I've had this situation myself at St. Joe's, okay? But did you guys notice, like, when they were scoring the goals in the first period, did you notice, like, it was like almost like it was no big deal? The stick wasn't, it was like not a lot of excitement or passion.
Yeah.
And the night before, I think they rocked their rival Lancaster like 7-8-1. So I completely understand that they're coming in real confident, flying high. But there was just something that was like, hey, listen, you're playing varsity federation hockey. You're scoring a goal. Let's get some excitement. First of all, did you guys notice that? Did anyone notice that when they're scoring against you, it wasn't a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely thought, we surprised them. They thought they were going to roll right over us. They obviously got 3 quick ones, and
There's
no
no
big deal for
doubt.
them.
There's no doubt, Carson. I think they thought it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man, about your game that I was so impressed with, and I mentioned about it last week too. Don't know if you guys checked out the podcast. You can rerun it on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Love to get our views up. But as the game went on, my man, you just kept, I was watching you. You kept getting more confident and confident. I mean, to the point where I was like, I don't think they're going to get another one by. And I was right. You shut him down for the second and third. Jeremy, talk a little bit about this guy's play in that game. I mean, all season, I feel like he's been pretty solid for you guys.
Well, yeah, he's obviously a very strong goaltender for us. We're very thankful to have him stopping almost about 40 shots a game for us. Because, yeah, he's just been a really good goalie for us and stopping those pucks in between the pipes.
One thing I had mentioned, should mention to Coach Graham's here. We're going to get him in a second. Coach Brooks, I think he went to the Amherst game, is what I was told. Good for him, Rochester Amherst. Traditionally, he's always had great goaltenders. He's always, this goes back all the way when his son played. I don't know if his son. He was a great goalie, played for him. What was the talk? I got to ask you guys, and you don't need to give me all your secrets, but you're down 3-0. You're getting outshot. You're playing against a team that hasn't lost in the Fed at least. What was the talk between periods? What got you going there?
I mean, Brooks told us basically it's not over yet. We still had 2 periods to play. We shouldn't get down on ourselves. Obviously, we're the underdog, and to keep fighting. We'll get a few.
He just said go out there, just have fun, just play hockey. No, there's no pressure now. You guys are down. Just try to put one in the net and see what happens from there.
Yeah, we had nothing to lose after that first period. We're down 3-0. I think everybody's head was down in the locker room. So we had nothing to lose, and we were ready to fight for what was left.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys, as a former coach and just somebody that's seen a lot of hockey games, just your resiliency, your determination to get back in the game. And one of the things we talk about a lot, either whether it's during the game, the broadcasts we've been doing, or even on the podcast here, momentum is such a crazy emotion in our sport. and I saw it shift. And I was watching. I like to watch the benches too, just as a former coach. Just loved your bench. Your bench was like, even when you're down like 3-1, get the one. Like, these guys think they got a chance. Wow, let's take a look. And you could just see actually the OP bench started to, the heads went down, and just a real impressive victory. One that we kind of talked about. Really could be one of those that you look back on throughout the season and say, hey, remember the OP game? Like, no matter what situation we're in, we can come back from it. Okay. We're going to get to Thursday. I know that's why you guys are here. Certainly appreciate your time. Let's just kind of talk overall. What's the status currently of Clarence Red Devil hockey? How's the season been going? What are you guys feeling? We're past really the midway point here. This is when things get serious and we want to be playing our best hockey. I guess I'll start with you, Jeremy. How you feeling about this year, and any highlights you want to share with us?
Well, we graduated 13 seniors last year, and that means we have 13 new guys. So obviously we have a lot of young players that haven't played Federation hockey before. And like seeing those guys just do their best and just grind it out has been obviously been really find us a lot of success too. So it's great to see those young guys get in there.
13 new guys, quite the learning curve,
Definitely.
right? Come in, and I agree. I would say one of my toughest losses last year. Loved your celebration. You guys had a great. You should celebrate when you beat Joe's. I mean, we might have learned from that and went on and we're able to finish strong. But you guys were tough last year, and I would tell you, I wouldn't want to play you this year. I would not want to play you this year. I know these North guys. What else are they going to be? But come in here confident. That's totally fine. Good for Okie and Pickering. But I'm telling you, they got a game coming up here on Thursday. Evan, any highlights? I mean, Jeremy talks about the 12, 13 new guys, right? You guys gotten away yet? Any trips? Where have you gone? And what's a highlight for you this season?
Yeah, so we went to New York City back in early December. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Like after Christmas, you were part of that?
No, before Christmas.
Before
like
Christmas,
December
nice.
3rd, around there.
Who'd you guys play up there?
White Plains and Mamaroneck.
Nice.
There were two decent teams. We had a lot of fun up there. We got to go into the city for a day.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
New York City, that's a great trip.
Mm-hmm.
We went, I asked after, because we would go up after, right after the Christmas break. St. Joe's went up this year. Nothing like the city around the holiday time. What you guys get to see? Did you go see did you do it all? The tree?
Yeah, the tree.
Rockefeller Center.
Everything.
The cathedral right there, just packed with people, Times Square.
Yeah.
Always a bunch of people. Had a great time with all the boys.
Coach Brooks is a history teacher. He loves it all.
Yeah.
Sharing all the facts along the way. Oh, I'm familiar with Coach Brooks. I'm him and I go way back. I certainly know his history teaching. Did you take the train in or the bus?
We took the train this year.
Yeah.
Last year we took the bus. Took a little long, so.
So you took the train in.
Yeah, train right into Grand Central.
Experience in itself.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no doubt.
With all the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're getting the looks, right?
Yeah.
You walk. Did you divide and conquer, or did you all kind of stick together?
Divide and conquer.
Oh,
but
you did?
Big groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It really just was lights out. It was a great time.
I'm telling you, people don't realize that it is so much more than just about on the ice. I talk to guys all the time that I coach. They don't want to talk to, I want to talk about maybe some games. They want to talk to me about the trips, being overnight. Just there's nothing better than being on the bus with the boys, figuring it out, right?
Have a great time.
So you got 12 or 13 new guys. I'm sure they got an education on that trip, if I know anything about hockey. Okay, let's get focused here. Thursday night should be this is a nice rivalry, right? We're close, and both of you guys have moved down now to Division II, so this could be a preview of of a playoff matchup, and certainly bragging rights here in the North Towns area. How you feeling? Coach question here. How's practice gone? How have things progressed this week as you get closer to the big puck drop Thursday night?
Practice has been great. Coach Brooks has been getting us going, ready to go for the game. And he's just, teddy bear toss. It's a big game, big rivalry, ready to go.
So have you talk to me about how that coordination would go with North? You know about the teddy bear toss.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's their thing. They're kind of taking the lead. But in true Clarence fashion, you guys are like, hey, this is a good deal.
We'll do it too.
We're gonna, right? Crisis services. Are you selling teddy bears too, or you just pipe?
Yeah, we sold about 110-ish
Nice.
almost.
Yeah. So we got about 108. We sold about 60 today, so we'll be ready for the game.
100, how many?
About 108. We got about 20 left now too.
Okay,
So.
hold on, friends. Hold on. You know Coach Croy likes competition. So 110 you're saying about?
About
110. Hey, Oki, I know you're enjoying the Blue Bowl wings, right? Shout out to Blue Bowl. They hooked us up with some wings. Clarence is saying they've sold 110 teddy bears. You got that beat, or? Okay, well, we'll see, man. Oh, 130. Oh, we're tight. We're tight. Now, no school. You guys off too, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I think everybody's off. I should know that, but happy Lunar New Year if any of you guys celebrate it. We celebrate it all at Western New York Athletics. Okay, teddy bear toss, which will be fun. Oki was kind of talking to us before. You guys know Oki from around? Great hockey player. Ask him about who coached him when he was 5, taught him everything he knows. Oki's saying that North's going to score the first goal. However, if you score the first goal, just so everybody watching home, so we're throwing those teddy bears.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Okay? So I love all this. We got a battle. Watching at home. We got a battle on who's selling the most teddy bears. We got a battle who's going to score the first goal. Okay? And we got a battle for the final score. I don't want to put any pressure on you, Carson, but if you let the first goal in, you know that saying, you let the whole team down? You familiar with that?
Yeah.
I don't know where it originated from. I know they say it with the Marauder Rowdies, but Oates, you got a chance here to really, determine who's throwing the teddy bears first. Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, definitely don't want the teddy bears throwing against me. For sure.
Pressure's on. You're sharing a good week of practice. Okay. What else? What do you think are the keys to the game on Thursday night?
Shots on goal and just playing hard. That's all I can say. Obviously, that's two biggest things in hockey.
I think we got to stick with it the whole game. We can't let them get ahead, and we got to persevere and just do what we did against OP.
I thought you were resilient against them. You're going to have a lot of people in the building. It's going to be a great atmosphere, great cause. Can't wait. Thursday, 6:15, Western New York Athletics. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us, giving up time on Tuesday night. What's that? Oh, hearing from the producer, the best in the business, Tim Gardner. Guys, he wants me. See, now I just felt more like I wanted to provoke those wins. So, guys, prediction. What do you guys got?
Clarence win.
Clarence W. Anybody going with anything else?
Close.
It's going to be a tight one,
It's gonna
right?
be a tight one.
I think it's going to be a tight one, too. I would share if you find that inner OP. I like your chances. Excited we're going to have the game. Looking forward to it. Gentlemen, like I was saying, though, no school tomorrow. Here you are on a Tuesday night. Says a lot about your character representing your team. Well, you're always welcome to be a part of the podcast. Going to step aside just for a second. Jim Graham, assistant coach, Clarence Red Devils, is coming up. Let me check with my producer. We taking a break, or are we just going to bring him in? We'll be back in 1 minute. Assistant coach Jim Graham from Clarence Red Devils will be joining us. You're watching Western New York Athletics. It's Tuesday night. That means it's the Western New York High School Hockey Show, live from Blue Bowl.
Need an electrician? Empire Electric is your residential wiring specialist. New builds, service upgrades, lighting, generators, you name it, Empire does it with hundreds of 5-star reviews that speak for themselves. Call Empire Electric today for your free estimate.
Education has power. Binghamton University students discover it, apply it, unleash it. Unleash your education today.
Well, welcome back, hockey viewers. We're live here from Blue Bull. So excited you're joining us. Producer Tim Gardner behind the scenes, making us all look good. I'm joined by assistant coach Jim Graham of the Clarence Red Devils. Thanks for joining us tonight,
Thanks for having
Coach.
us. Yep.
I know you and I go way back.
Yeah, we both have 06 kids. I had two. And we played against each other for a while.
Jake, my son Jake. What's your son's name? Remind me.
I got Liam and Finn, the twins. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
How are they doing?
They're doing well.
Freshman
in college. Finn's at SUNY Niagara. He's on the golf team up there. Both of them are studying business and finance, and Liam's at UB.
Awesome.
Yep.
So not too far. My son Jake, same thing. He is playing some club hockey for Canisius, but is also local, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is great. But you stuck with it, which is great. I'm sure Coach Brooks is appreciative. Was mentioning before, just in my experience, the goaltending being exceptional for Clarence, and I know
For sure, yeah.
you're a big part of that. You've been working really hard with Carson over the years. Congratulations, by the way. You're obviously doing it right. Kid, we've seen you guys a couple times, but it was certainly that OP game that kind of blew me away. Loved where he just, from my opinion, kind of said, hey, I'm going to shut the door, give my team a chance, and they came through for you.
And it's like you were in the locker room with us when Otzi and I had a conversation between that first and second. You know, we had the three goals. We knew we had a chance to get into it. You know, OP this year, they're just as strong as they were last year. You know, goaltending, they have some young goaltenders, and we knew if we get some shots, we'd have an opportunity to get back into it. So Carson and I discussed, hey, just hold us in there. We're going to get some shots. We got talent that can score. We're going to get a few, and hopefully we get the W. And we did. So we were happy with that. We are fortunate to have Carson as our goaltender. He's been on the team the last 2 years, and before that we had Ben Shoemaker, if you remember Ben.
Yes.
Another great goaltender in the Clarence system. So we've been blessed. You know, it's the backbone of the team. He's seeing a lot of shots this year. I think the boys talked about we have a very young roster, especially on the back end. So he's seeing a lot more shots than he did last year, but I think it only makes him better, and it makes our team better because once he gets hot, you know, you can't stop him.
Yeah, Coach, I saw the same thing. First of all, I can imagine the conversation was like, hey, give your team a chance. But one of the things, and maybe this is just his game, I'd love to hear from you about it, that I was so impressed with is as the game went on, he just continued to get better and better.
Yep.
We talk about momentum in our sport, confidence too. Such a big thing. When you're talking about teenagers, teenage boys, but his confidence in that game, I was so impressed with, and it seemed like, to me, it just continued to grow as the game went on.
Absolutely. You know, what I talk about with my goaltenders is, you know, three things: physical, mental, emotional. All right. Obviously, he's a talented kid. He's got it athletically. He can make the saves. But that mental and emotional piece is missing with a lot of goaltenders. Carson has it. He can read the plays. He can calm the situation down. We talk about controlling from like a quarterback situation, taking the whistles when it's right time to take the whistles, and giving your team an opportunity to reset when necessary. And he does a great job of game control as we go throughout, especially when we have situations such as that first Orchard Park game, where, hey, it could get out of control. That could have easily been a 9-0 game. Easily. The momentum was all on Orchard Park side, and for us to regain it with some really big saves in that second period and getting a couple goals and getting right back into it, you know, I just knew we were going to be coming back in that situation.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it before. I mean, I don't want to say he stole the game, but in the first period, the conversation we were having in the booth was he's been the best player on the ice. And it's crazy to say that you guys are down 3-0, but definitely completely agree with you, Coach. It could have been 6.
Yep.
But he kept you guys in there, and I love that. And I've been in that situation before. Kind of like took the team on his back. And,
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
pretty impressed. And I'm sure that's your guidance with him. And congratulations. I'm sure it felt good to see what you guys have been working on come to fruition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as you know, like with this league, I mean, it's so tight, right? And goaltending is so important. We've seen it throughout the last few seasons. You can have a team that's kind of mediocre, like, and you have a good goaltender, and you can go far, right?
Yeah.
So, this year with the team being younger, he's stepped up. He's stolen quite a few games for us. It's not a surprise, but it's really put us in a good position as we go into the playoffs, as we're peaking at the right time.
Oh, completely agree. One of the things we're so excited about, this is my first year jumping on the broadcasting side, but I've been in the league, for 15 now, my 16 years. I've been keeping an eye on things, whether it was a coach or now a broadcaster. I don't remember a year where there's just really so much parity. And
tight,
the
yeah.
opportunity, is it a North? Is it a Clarence?
Yep.
Is it Kenmore East? I mean, who's going to be playing their best hockey come playoff time?
Yep.
The regular season, I don't want to suggest it's not meaningful. Certainly seeding's important, but
Very, very important.
it's that team
Yep.
that's continuing to grow. And certainly, as we know, there's no more important position than the goaltending position.
Yep.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for you and your Clarence Red Devils, and I'm excited about Thursday night. I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm sure. We just had some of your boys on. They said the atmosphere of practice has been great. A lot of excitement in school.
Yep.
What's your take on things for Thursday?
Well, we know it's North, right? And North has decades of experience of being prepared for games. So I know Coach Rosen and Coach Rosen are going to be ready for us.
Yeah.
I know they've scouted us. I know they know us inside and out. That is no question. And with us playing twice within 10 days or so, they'll be prepared for us. It's going to be a tight game. I mean, it's tight as the standings are right now. We're all separated by 1 or 2 points. Seeding is extremely important.
Yes.
That Division II, it gets tight, and it's kind of the Wild West once it gets to the playoffs. Anybody could beat anybody, and it's hard to get past this section when you're in that division.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game. Great cause to Crisis Services, teddy bear toss. First one to score. Friends at home, we throw that teddy bear on the ice. We'll probably take a break or two to get them off. Sounds like over 200 teddy bears sold in both schools.
Yep.
What
we were lucky enough to be in this a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
We did score the first goal, so we'll see
Yeah.
if we keep that
keep it going.
Keep that streak.
Keep it going. We're just looking for a great game. I'm sure it will be. Coach Jim Graham, Clarence Red Devils, thanks
so
for
much for
joining
having
us.
us.
We wish you
Yep.
all the best. Again, Thursday night, 6:15, Northtown Center. Be there or join us live. It'll be me and Stu Boyer on the call. Our friend Joe Kraus is not available. Well, that kind of brings us to the conclusion of our show. We've got a lot of people to thank. First of all, big thank you to Adam Pickering and Caleb Okulowicz from Williamsville North. Wishing those guys the best of luck Thursday night. Again, appreciate all they're doing to make Thursday special and raise that money for Crisis Services. Not to be outshone by Carson Oates, Jeremy DeRigo, and Evan Ferreter. Thanks for being here as well from Clarence Red Devils. Coach Jim Graham, spending some night on his Tuesday night here as well. We appreciate that, Coach. Want to thank Blue Bull for having us. This is something we've talked about for a while. Got the podcast now live on location. I think next week we're going out to Wingnuts, their new location out at the airport. We'll look forward to that. Hoping to get to, as I mentioned in our first segment, a girls coach. They play on Tuesday night. That might be tough. Maybe an interview. Talk to a bunch of them. Love to have a coach and even a player on. We'll certainly be discussing the outcome of Thursday night games and any other games in the league. For my producer, the one and only Tim Gardner, who did an exceptional job this evening getting us set up. Thank you, Tim, miking a bunch of people up to make tonight's show fabulous. I want to thank Blue Bull, Frank Wolf, Joe Kraus, Stu Boyer, all our online talent. They'll be back with us, Joe and Frank will, for next week's show. Won't be a solo mission, but thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to bring you something that I'm really passionate about, and that's Western New York high school hockey. We're here every Tuesday night until the season ends, 7 p.m. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on Western New York Athletics.